Jolly, you haven't uploaded your week against Paul or Colton yet. That's a coincidence, considering they were both losses. I swear that's a genuine coincidence. Life has just been shit recently. I don't want to go into it because things and stuff. This is meant to be a good video, a happy video, and yeah, so let's get into the video. Hey guys, it's the 8-Bit Insomniac here. God, I haven't said that in a long time. I usually just go, hey guys, Ellie here. But anyway, this week is probably the most important match of the entire season for us, because we are up against our rival, Mono Tui. He is ahead of us in the table. He's currently undefeated, and I'm going to do my best to break that streak. I'm going to run down his squad. His 10 mons include Zapdos, Megalopony, Nidoqueen, Reuniclus, Tyranitar, Whimsicott, Jellicent, Kabutops, Ferrothorn, and Flareon. Instantly, I'm thinking Flareon is a threat, Tyranitar is a threat, and Reuniclus is a threat. Those are my biggest threats to my team, as well as Nidoqueen. So I'm gonna explain my team briefly. I have mixed attacking Electabuzz with enough speed to outspeed Kabutops. Jolly Kabutops, that is. The rest in HP and attack. But I had Low Kick, Volt Switch, Psychic, and I think Thunderbolt. Psychic there for Nidoqueen and Megalopony. Low Kick was there for Tyranitar because it did more than Focus Blast. Then we have Skill Swap Mew. You had that right. Skill Swap Mew with Roost, Drain Punch, and then Headbutt and Toxic. This was my only thing to deal with Reuniclus, and I knew he was going to bring it to deal with said Mew, because nothing on his team really switches in on it. And apart from defensive Reuniclus, because that thing is a fat blob and I fucking hate it. But yeah, my plan was to skill swap its Magic Guard onto me, but yeah, and then Drain Punch was to catch Tyranitar on the switch, basically. So yeah, that's why that's there. Also for Lopunny, Mew switches into Lopunny really well. I really didn't think he'd bring it, but he did, so that kind of threw me off guard, but I can deal with it in a number of ways. Then we have Sash Mamoswine again this week. Icicle Spear, specifically for Yachi Berry Zapdos. Then knockoff Earthquake and Stealth Rock. I didn't want to bring Ice Shard because I don't know. I thought he'd bring Quick Attack on Lopunny, so I kind of rendered it useless. And I was expecting Zapdos to be a physically defensive variant for my Scissor because that's his only switch in. I expected Zapdos to be there for my Scissor, specifically with a Rocky Helmet, or Yachi Berry for Mamoswine. But yeah, I didn't bring Assault Vest. I didn't bring Ice Shard for that reason. Talking about Assault Vests, next up we have Assault Vest Miltank to switch in to Nidoqueen, which he didn't bring, which is unfortunate. For this match, it would switch in more comfortably against Jellicent, Tyranitar, Zapdos, and Reuniclus. So it still can do a lot of things. It has Thunder Punch. It's got Thick Fat as well, in case he brought the Flareon, but he didn't, which is a shame. So I have Thunder Punch, Body Slam, Earthquake, and then I think it was Punishment. Either that or Ice Punch for the Zapdos, either of the two. But yeah, that was my switch into Nidoqueen because I really didn't have one. Then we have Specially Defensive Scissor to deal with Reuniclus, and T-Tar still doesn't deal with T-Tar very well because Fire Blast and stuff like that, but it would threaten it out with a Bullet Punch, so that was my plan. Roost, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, and either Defog or Pursuit. I cannot quite remember. I think I had Pursuit on there for the Reuniclus actually, so yes. And then lastly we have Crobat, especially defensive. Well, actually mixed. I think it was more physical defense for Lopunny. Defog, Roost, Taunt, and Brave Bird. Taunt was on there for the Reuniclus again and for the Jellicent in case it was like a Will-O-Wisping variant. But anyway, that's enough of my team. He brought Kabutops, Zapdos, Jellicent, Tyranitar, Lopunny, and Reuniclus, and I thought instantly, oh my god, he's going to meme me with Rain Dance and sweep me with Kabutops, because I have nothing for Kabutops. Which is less than ideal, but anyway, that's enough. Let's get into the battle. Alright, so at this point my fucking legs are quaking like a motherfucker because I am nervous as hell. I decided to lead with Electabuzz because it basically outspeeds his whole team because things, and if he wanted to lead with Lopunny, there's a chance he could get statics on the first turn with the fake out and stuff. I'm just going to go for Volt Switch, gauge what kind of variant this is, and this is definitely bulky Reuniclus, which is less than ideal, and I'm going to go straight to my Mew, because this is my thing to deal with this thing. Except he goes for Toxic, predicting that nicely, which is less than ideal. This is now confirmed that this Reuniclus has been specifically designed for my Mew. Synchronize is obviously going to do fuck all because he's got Magic Guard, and here I debated ages going for Drain Punch or going for Skill Swap. And I do decide to go for Skill Swap. If he decided to go out into Tyranitar, I could live any kind of hit from it, just so long as it wasn't Choice Specs or Choice Band. I thought it'd be a Choice Scarf variant or a setup variant, and that is less than ideal. So I revealed a Skill Swap, and that's gonna do nothing for me really. So I now have Sandstream Mew, which is interesting. It doesn't make me immune to Sandstorm, so that's cool. And Mew is already getting whittled down. I didn't want to switch out here because I thought he'd have Pursuit also. So I'm going to drop a Toxic in case he wanted to Pursuit me or do something weird like switch out into Jellicent, predicting my Scissor or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to drop a Toxic here. Synchronize is going to do nothing, and then he's going to go for Dark Pulse. And he's Choice Specs. So already Mew's down, and I have nothing for Reuniclus except for knockoff on Mamo, so I've got to whittle it down. Here I just go into my Miltank because it's my best thing to deal with this, and he's not going to stay in. So I'm going to go for Thunder Punch, predicting... oh no, I go for the EQ. I go for the EQ because it's my safe play, and it's going to do nothing to Reuniclus because Reuniclus is a fat sack of shit and I hate it. Fuck you, Chris, for drafting it. I'm so salty, but yeah, I can do anything to this thing, so I'm just going to switch out into my Scissor to threaten it out. I figured by now he's not going to have HP Fire on this, but he reveals Infestation, which was interesting. So Infestation is going to do the square root nothing, and I think I'm just going to Mega Up and go for U-turn. Honestly, I could have Pursuit Trap this. I don't think I had Pursuit in the end. I think I swapped it out for Knockoff. Because of the Zapdos, so I go for Knockoff here. I really wish I had Pursuit now because that Reuniclus would have been done and out of the way, but I changed it last minute due to somebody's advice. I always do these things, I never go with my own instinct, but it's fine. It's something I've learned now, and I'm just going to trust my own instincts from now on. So I'm going to go for Knockoff and get rid of this thing's Yachi Berry, as you will see momentarily. Scissor doing a decent chunk for the Yachi Berry is now gone. I am going to predict him to go for the Heat Wave. I'm going to get the fuck out of there and go into my Miltank because I can take things good. I can take things and stuff and things. And then I'm going to be cheeky and go out into my Mamo and scare him out. Predicting Volt Switch. This means if he goes into Reuniclus, he's going to do things. He's scared of the Ice Shard, obviously, or the Scarf. So he's going to switch out into his Air Balloon Kabutops as I go for the knockoff. And I'm going to switch out here fearing the Aqua Jet. That does a solid amount of damage. And Weak Karma is going to raise his speed, which is less than ideal. I do not want to break my Sash. I need to preserve that for Lopunny late game. So I'm just going to go into Scizor, which is my best switch into this. Stone Edge cannot kill me. Aqua Jet will not kill me. And yeah, so he's going to set up his rocks, which is fine. That doesn't really bother me too much. Sorry, I burped. I think I go for the U-turn here because he's just going to come in with a Zapdos. Oh god, I'm burping, sorry. Help! Send help! So, a Scizor is going to get some chip damage with U-turn, which is good. The Zapdos is getting worn down, which is great. As I'm going to go into my Lick the Buzz. Don't know what that was. So I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch because reasons. I can't remember what he switches into, probably Reuniclus. No, he sacks his Kabutops here, which is a good play on his part because then he gets the initiative. So I'm just going to kill with Volt Switch, which is great. Electabuzz getting a kill. Good job, Electabuzz, you did things. And I'm going to go back into Crobat because it's my fastest thing and he can't come out and Mega with his Lopunny because I have Inner Focus. And now I get to default my rocks away. I thought he'd go into Zapdos here, but he goes into Tyranitar, I think. yeah, so here's this Tyrannosaur, and I'm just going to get off the default because I'm especially defensive. I can take any hit. If he goes for Ice Beam, I can just go into my Scissor, so that's the thing. But he just goes for Dark Pulse because I don't have a Dark Resist on my team, which I learned the hard way this season. I have a very dark weakness, very big dark weakness on my team, and I have no resistance, so good job me, you're super smart at drafting. So the only way I deal with this Tyrannosaur now is offensively, and what I'm doing here is just whittling it down with Toxic, and hopefully just getting it to a point where Scissor can switch in and kill it with a Bullet Punch. So Crobat's basically dead, and Tyrannosaur's going to take more toxic damage, which is good. I'm going to preserve this for some reason. Fodder. I'm going to Scissor because I can take a Dark Pulse, and I'm especially defensive, and potentially kill it with a Bullet Punch next turn, which is great. However, it's a roll, and it wasn't my favour, but I don't quite get it. I should have sacked Crobat here, I should have, but I didn't, because I'm stupid. Because now I truly have nothing for Reuniclus. Spoiler alert. So Scissor's gonna go down, it's gonna be a double down, so Mew gets a kill, yay Mew! So Mew gets a toxic kill, which is great. So he didn't do entirely nothing. That was a door slamming downstairs. And here is where shit hits the fan. I'm obviously in against a Jellicent, but he has a fucking Choice Scarf! So I lose. That is game right there. Because now I just have nothing for anything. And yeah, so now I'm going to come in with my Miltank and click Thunder Punch because I have to kill this, it's a threat. But he switches out into Reuniclus because Chris hates me and wants me to cry a lot. No, he's just making the best plays he can. Obviously, he wants to win the match, so staying in with the Jellicent there would have been silly. But I'm going to hard switch into my Mamoswine and get up the Stealth Rocks on the recover. Or do I? Do I just go for knockoff or do I go for Stealth Rock? I can't remember. He's going to withdraw, and I think I do go for the rocks because I am cheeky. Or do I just kill this Zapdos? I can't remember. I think I go for the knockoff. I had to go for the knockoff. It was my safest play this time, so there's the knockoff. Zapdos is gonna have nothing. See, this is where I wish I brought Sap Sipper on my Miltank, but again, I changed it last minute to Flash Fire. Originally, it was Sap Sipper, and I got really sad because he had HP Grass, and that would have done so much. I would have had a +1 Miltank, and that would have done so much damage to his team. It would have 2-hit KO'd Reuniclus, and I got really sad when he revealed HP Grass. And here is where I just keep clicking Body Slam because I have nothing to switch into this Reuniclus. I need to keep my Mamoswine Sash preserved, and I'm just going to speed this bit up because I have nothing to switch in, and I'm just going to be clicking Body Slam, and he's going to be clicking Recover, and I'm going to be clicking Body Slam. I have to get this down to a point, just damage, where I can just come in with Crobat and Brave Bird it. And then, yeah, Knockoff will not kill this from this range, so I have to go into Crobat here first and get up some damage with Brave Bird, which is kind of not great because, I mean, Crobat's just going to die to Recall. But that did a considerable chunk, considering I have no attack investment, so good job Crobat, you did good. Luckily he didn't press Recover there because that would have been game then and there. And I'm just going to click Knockoff here because I can. If he goes into Jellicent, it'll get rid of its Scarf. If he goes into Zapdos, it'll die. So I kill the Reuniclus, which is great. And now he just comes in with Megalopony and kills me. So here is PG-13, here's Megalopony, that's currently 19-1, I think. It may be like 22-1 at this point, or 21-1, I can't quite remember. But yeah, this thing is a beast, and he doesn't have Fake Out. And I got really surprised because I thought he'd have either quick attack or fake out, but he had neither. So I'm going to go for EQ, and it's not going to quite pick up the kill. And here I go for knockoff because my only chance of winning was him being stupid and switching out into Jellicent. But Chris is a better player than that. He was going to sacrifice his Lopunny, and that's the game. I could have narrowed it down to a 2-0, but I would rather play for winning than differential. A 3-0 and a 2-0, you know, 1 kill difference doesn't really mean too much to me, although it'll probably bite me in the arse next week. But yeah, that's the game. Incredibly enjoyable. That water spout was so well prepped and caught me well off guard and won in the match. I don't think I played or prepped badly, he just outplayed me. So congratulations, Mono, for continuing your undefeated streak and officially being the D1 champion as D2 champion at this moment in time. There's no way anyone can overtake him now, so good job, Mono. Next week is the final week and we're facing Jordinez. He's got a really scary team and I don't like it. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, things and stuff. Links will be down in the description to the PPL channel and Mono respectively. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and I shall see you in the next video. Peace out.